Hello everyone, this is Seher from Easy Peasy, and today we are going to discuss about the Bohr's atomic model. Now this story starts when Rutherford model got some kind of problems. Now Rutherford said that atom look like this. It has a hard positive nucleus in the middle with protons and neutrons, and electrons are circling them. He resembled it with the planetary system, just like planets revolve around the sun. He said that electrons also revolve around the nucleus. Now, in physics, that shouldn't work because electrons have charge and they should emit energy if they are accelerating just like planets. And then if they are accelerating and emitting radiations, then ultimately these electrons, after emitting radiations continuously, should fall inside the nucleus. But that's not the case with the real atom because atom doesn't collapse by itself in real life. So Rutherford model clearly cannot explain the stability of the atom at that time. The second problem was the hydrogen spectrum. Now at that time when sunlight was passed through the prism, it can make a continuous spectrum with the rainbow lights over there. But when they used the same prism for hydrogen gas to make hydrogen gas spectrum, they didn't find the continuous spectrum for hydrogen gas. Rather, they see specific wavelength lines over there that shows the line spectrum. At that time, the classical wave theory predicts the continuous light, but hydrogen is not following that continuous spectrum, rather it gives specific wavelengths. Again, it is not explained at that time that why hydrogen is behaving different here. Okay, now we know that why hydrogen is behaving like this because electron from its shell is going to excite and move to the other shells. And when it goes from excited state back to its normal state, it's going to release the specific radiations. But at that time, they can detect it, but they don't have any explanation for it that why it's happening. Then a scientist came called as Max Planck at that time. He was not working on electrons. He was rather working on black body radiations. Now, what is black body? A black body is an ideal object that absorbs all radiations and emit light when heated. Just like if you're going to heat up a rod, the rods start glowing and have different shades of light there. It starts from red to orange to white. So scientists studied this glowing light called black body radiations, but classical physics couldn't explain its pattern at that time. So Max Planck proposed an idea that the energy is not continuous like this, as you can see over here. Rather, energy is emitted in small packets like this called quanta. So only certain energies are allowed according to this concept. Then comes the Bohrs. In 1913, Niels Bohr combined the idea of Max Planck with Rutherford. He said that if energy is quantized, then maybe the electron and atom also have fixed energies. And that's how he explained that electrons move in a specific allowed orbit called stationary state. In these orbits, electrons do not radiate energy. But energy is absorbed or emitted only when electrons jump between the orbits. This explains the line spectrum of hydrogen, that energy difference equals the color of light. So for example, this electron absorbs energy and get excited. It can jump to second level, third level, fourth level, depending on what type of radiation it absorbs. And then this electron jump back to the first level. By doing that, it will emit a specific radiation that can be shown with a specific color of light. That's why hydrogen shows the line spectrum. Niels Bohr also introduced the concept of principal quantum number. He said that the atoms have different energy levels. As you can see, this is the first shell, have energy level 1. This is the second shell, have energy level 2. And this is the third shell of energy level 3. So when electron absorb energy, it jumps from lower level to the higher level. And when it jumps back to the lower level, it will release that energy in the form of light. So that's how he introduced the quantization of angular momentum of electrons, that only certain orbits are allowed in the atom. But this concept also has some kind of limitations. So the limitations of Bohr model is Bohr models of atoms fail to explain line spectra of atoms with more than one electron, as electron-electron repulsion is not considered at that time. Just like here, you can see there are a bunch of lines look like a barcode to us. Instead of the specific prominent line shown in the hydrogen spectrum, and it was not explained in the Bohr model. The second limitation of Bohr's atomic model is the Bohr atomic model can explain the main line spectrum, but it cannot explain the splitting of lines in magnetic field, that is called a Lyman effect, or electrical field, that is the Stark effect. At that time, Bohr atomic model wasn't able to explain this concept as well. Now let's go for easy peasy practice questions. According to the Bohr's model, electrons revolve around the nucleus in fixed circular orbit with definite energy. The angular momentum of an electron in Bohr's model is quantized. In Bohr's model, radiation is emitted when an electron jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level. The energy of an electron in hydrogen atom depends on the principal quantum number. Bohr's model successfully explains hydrogen emission spectrum. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe this channel. Thank you. Bye for now.